Yeah. Sunday evening.
Hey.
Welcome to Hashtag PBT Live from my PBT Network studio, brought to you by the campaign to elect Dr. Shahid Rashid for mayor of McAllen. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, because that's very important. Thumbs up. All right, always thumbs up. Okay, don't be a hater. And then also subscribe, hit the little bell. All right, so every time we go on, just like we're doing right now, you'll be notified like that, and you won't miss a single second, minute of our programming right here on the MyPBT Network. Also, make sure to share. Like, what you could do is you can copy the link, go to your social media, boom, put it on there, or just hit that little share button right under the live feed that we're doing tonight, and share it on your social media, and that does wonders for us as well, because we're the fastest growing YouTube programming in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas, the state of Texas, and the United States of America. We're almost at 17,000 subscribers. We're about 100 shy, so whatever you can do to help us out, we appreciate it, and hope you're enjoying your Sunday evening. Hope you had a great Sunday afternoon and a great weekend. We'll be kicking off the week tomorrow, Monday. Don't forget, tomorrow, Monday night, we have Tony Guerrero de la Sombra. I can't wait for that one. And then on Wednesday, we have the owner of Mattress Firm's going to come. He's got an amazing story out of Corpus Christi, and he's built a franchise that, from like Texas to California. So we'll be talking to him. And then on Thursday, we have our good friend Javier Galvan from Grupo Fama, formerly from Grupo Fama. And he'll be with us on Thursday night. And then next Monday night, Shelly Lattice is with us. So we've got so many people coming into the show because they love being right here con el RocknRollJames. Asustame one time, that is so. So, ladies and gentlemen, today is like a milestone on our program. We are interviewing a mayoral candidate for McAllen. We're talking about Dr. Shahid Rashid. How you doing, Doc? How's it going?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rock, and your family inviting me to your channel. Thank you so much,
man. Well, my wife is here with us. How you doing, babe?
Hi. Welcome, Dr. Rashid, and your wonderful wife. Thank you.
I'm sorry I got you working on Sunday.
Okay.
I'll have to pay you time and a half, baby. I'm sorry. Okay?
Extra. Overtime.
All right.
And my daughter Felicia's here with us also. All right. How you doing,
Hello.
babe?
Thank you so much for being here, both of you. It's awesome to have you guys here.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Yeah, because the doc brought his wife, right? What's your wife's name?
Elena Rashid.
What a beautiful name, Elena. Woo! So hi to Elena. She's here. She's in the, behind the scenes.
She's in the green room.
Yeah. She'll be looking at the doc and giving him those, those stares, like, you don't say this, say that. I always get the death stare, doc. I mean, I get it. I mean, at least twice, 3 times a day. And I hope you don't. Do you have to deal with that too?
I had to do.
Yeah, and you know what? The mask, the mask for COVID and stuff, I mean, it doesn't cover the eyes, so now she just looks at me with the eyes, and it's covered, and it's like, my God, I can turn to stone over here.
It's very intimidating.
Talks with her eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's got this rule, Doc, right? She's got this rule. Rule number 1, she's always right.
Yeah, and
right?
rule number 2.
If she's wrong, look at rule number 1. Yeah. It looks like you married a Valley woman, so you know those rules pretty well now.
That's our story.
Yeah. All right. Oh, my goodness. So how's everything going, Doc?
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful day.
That's awesome, man.
It's very fulfilling.
Yeah.
This weekend we had a wonderful block walk all across the town. People are loving us. Beautiful people all over, and they are welcoming.
Yeah.
Not to their doors, but to their homes.
Yeah.
And they are very excited and delighted and very very forthcoming to see me at their door.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Get a little closer to the microphone and speak.
Hello?
Right. Yeah, because I want them to be able to hear every single
All
word you
right.
say,
Okay.
Doc. And yeah, man, I mean, that's part of campaigning. You got to go out there, hit the streets. You got to walk. You got to shake hands and meet the people that are going to be your constituents if you do win this election, right?
Not only to win this election, to serve the people of my city. Yes, you need to get connected. You need to find out what do they need. What that's what I'm here for, to serve them, to make their lives better, to make their streets better, their businesses, their health, their education, jobs. That's what I'm committed for, and that's what I'm looking forward to do for all.
I'm really excited tonight because you're like the first Pakistani American that's been on my show. I mean, that I really even sat down with to speak with, and I'm very intrigued about your background and where you're from and how how it was growing up. Because that's what I do when I talk to people, raza de aquí del Valle, de Texas, friends, musicians, artists. I want to know how was their upbringing, I mean, because those are the most beautiful stories, to be able to go from a certain place in life to another, and excel and move up and create something with yourself, And that is something very interesting. You were born in Pakistan?
Yeah, I was born in Pakistan, and I did my medical school there, and then decided to come over to the United States for higher education and training.
Yeah.
And that's what brought me to the Valley. But I was telling my daughter that it was your mom who basically brought me to the Valley.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we know it's true, Doc.
No, so just a little bit about myself. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My dad, he was in the Air Force.
Before you go there, I mean, women here in the Valley, they've got that
Power?
Mom,
Yes.
they can do that to you.
You believe it.
Yeah,
It's
you'll believe
happening. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
I can feel on my back.
it. The tingle. Yeah. Now, what was the name of the town that you were born in Pakistan?
It's called Karachi.
Karachi.
Yeah, yes. Karachi is just like the Valley. It's, trust me, the people, they are just like the Valley.
Yeah.
The weather is like the Valley.
Really?
Oh, yes. And I took my wife there just to make her believe that that's where I came from.
Wow,
Yeah.
man. I bet that was awesome. I'd love to travel over there and check it out.
To be very honest, you will love it. The people are very nice, just like the Valley. And that's the reason I elected to stay here, because, I cherish their love, being so nice to me and respecting me. And I mean, that's very rich culture,
Yeah.
and that's the reason, that keeps me here. And I had all the options to go anywhere, but I elected to stay here.
What year were you born over there? I mean, what year was that? I mean, just to more or less find out what era that was.
Those are too many moons ago. Those are the Bee Gees era.
I mean, if I'd have to guess your age,
You guess it.
I'd probably. Are you 51, 45, 52?
You need to guess it out.
Babe, how old do you think this guy is?
I think he's 50.
50. Okay, what about you,
Yes.
Fish?
I would say about the same, like early 50s. Yeah.
I'll say he's 55. How old are you, Doc?
63.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Puro arroz y frijoles, papá, asústame.
We have to give all the credit to his wife,
Yeah.
his lovely
No
wife.
se preocupe.
Wow, man. Well, then that's great. You're 60. What was it again? 60.
I think that every day my daughter asks me, "Daddy, you're 63-year-old."
Yeah. You don't look it at all, man. You look great.
Yeah, I just beat this age, man.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, it's a lifestyle to be able to, sustain, your youth and your because it takes a lot of strength and a lot of endurance to get involved in a campaign, man.
There are two things which are very important: that you should be at peace within yourself, that what you're doing is really satisfying you, is fulfilling. And that is one thing. And the second thing is that you have your family around you who cares for you. They are there for you. And then the third thing is that your success in your life, that whatever you did, you achieved it. And that it's fulfilled you. And last but not the least is that you need to really work out on every day. And all these things put you together, that's what you are.
So you were born about 58, 59, something?
1958.
1958.
Yeah.
And your parents, what kind of upbringing did you have? What did your parents do when you were growing up?
My dad, he was in the Air Force. He was a commissioned officer in the Air Force.
In Pakistan?
In Pakistan.
Wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
My dad, a very, very noble person. He was a very hardworking. We have 6 brothers and sisters, and 2 of us are physicians. All the others are engineers, and they're all with the, you can say, the professional degrees in the respective fields. Yeah,
the whole family, man, engineers and medical experts. That's great.
That's incredible.
Yes. No, thank you. That's all credit goes to my dad and my mom. And to be very honest, the dad, he really invested his time, his energy into us to make us. That was his saying that, if I make you a person that who could be able to help the people, I have done my job. So I want you to be a successful person that who could be able to serve the community. And he was serving the country at that time. So so those are the values that my dad has really cultivated in us.
Was he very strict when you were growing up?
Not really. He was strict about the studies, but all the other things that he was okay. And
are you the oldest in the family, or
no,
the youngest?
I'm the second.
The
second oldest, yeah.
And growing up, I mean, when you were going to school, what kind of extracurricular activities would you do? Because around here, we go cruising, we go out. I mean, I'm interested in finding out what it was like, living in Pakistan like that.
The first thing is that I was always number 1 in my school. I was the valedictorian all along.
Academically.
Yeah. And on the top of that, not only that, in my education, I used to be very much involved in the sports. I used to play squash.
Okay.
And it's just like a racquetball.
Okay.
And the field hockey, the cricket, tennis. So these were the things. And then obviously the running and, I forgot, soccer.
Oh, yeah.
In Pakistan, we call it football.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because soccer is like worldwide. I mean, everybody, it's huge everywhere. And I see a lot of, in Middle Eastern countries, they really love and support that, the soccer and football, stuff like that.
It's not only the Middle East, it's all over Europe.
Yeah.
It's very fascinating. It's very, very captivating.
Yeah.
And so I was very good at sports, and I was a little bit mischievous also.
What does that mean? Misterious.
Mischievous.
Mischievous.
Mischievous. Oh, okay. That's mysterious. That's my bad. I'm hard of hearing sometimes, Doc.
No. What about the vibes you were talking about?
Mischievous. So you'd get into trouble then?
No. I never got in trouble because I was the valedictorian, so always had the preferential treatment. But I used to, tease my class fellows, my teachers, and whatever. I was very naughty, in other words.
Because you were the smartest kid around, man, right?
Yeah.
Oh man! So then your father was in the Air Force. That's incredible over there in Pakistan.
Yeah. So he raised us with all the values and everything, that how we have to behave, and all the mannerism, the education. You just name it. It's just like an academy, the way it is. So that he has basically enforced that academy in the house. But he was very particular about our studies.
Yeah.
And
wow. It's interesting because out of all your brothers and sisters, engineers and medical, here in Texas, I mean, there's always got to be that one black sheep out of the family, that's not going to do any of that stuff. And this is pretty interesting that the entire family, not one of them came out a troublemaker then.
No, none of them. As a
Wow.
matter of fact, they're all here in the U.S.
That's awesome. That's interesting, man.
And the thing of my baby sister, she when I came to the U.S., she was like 9 years old when my father passed away, and so it was just not. I wanted to leave Pakistan to go overseas for studies.
Yeah.
So Dad was a little reluctant because I was too close to him, and he didn't want me to leave, but I had to because it was always my passion to be on the top of everything. So I got admitted at Johns Hopkins University, so I just came here. So it was not too long, but like within the year, my father, he passed away, and that was very shocking.
How old were you when that happened? About 20-something, 25?
Yeah. It was about 27 years old.
Yeah.
I was doing my training at UT Medical School, University of Texas Medical School in Houston. So I was doing my residency training when it was my first year when I got this news. So it was really shocking.
And heartbreaking, I'm sure.
It was heartbreaking. And to be very honest, I never thought that my dad, he will die. My dad, he was a...
He was like a superhero to you.
He was superhero. He was a role model. My dad, he was a very handsome man, and he was just like those old time movies, black and white. You just see that my dad, the uniform, and sitting there smoking his cigarette and relaxed, and he was an
amazing generation.
Yeah, he was an amazing man, to be very honest, and he has his hobbies like hunting and all that, and he was very fond of those Western movies and John Wayne and all those.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, when my dad passed away, so
how old was your dad when he passed?
He was 61.
61. That's very young.
Yeah, I think that he had heart attack. I believe so, and so he. To be very honest, I never saw my father sick.
Yeah.
And I never believed that my father is going to die like this. I never ever. He was a rock. He was my strength.
Yeah.
And to be very honest, that when he was behind me, I didn't care about the world. I could do anything. Yeah. I could climb anything. I could do anything. And when he passed away, that was a time then. What he did, that he put all those good things in us, made us strong to face the world, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
And that's what we are doing. And and I'm very happy that he made us what we are today. And my mom, she was basically the pillars, the foundation of everything.
Is she still alive?
No, she lives with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I came to the U.S.
We'd love to meet her.
Oh yes, she's 85 years old, and she lives with me since the day I came to the U.S. Like after 2-3 years after my training. So mom, she came here, and since then she's living with me. And so my baby sister, what I'm talking about, that
she was 9 years old.
She was 9 years old. So
when your dad died.
Yeah, my dad. So I raised her. I put her through the school. And
you took over, man.
Oh yes,
you had to.
And to be very honest, I'm very, very fortunate, and I would say that I'm very blessed that I could be able to take care of the responsibility. Though I have all my other brothers and sisters, they're all accomplished. It's not that they didn't want to do it, but I wanted to do it because this is we believe in whoever is the blessed one will have the parents living with him. So my mom, she's living with me, so that's her blessings.
Yeah.
And so the baby sister, I raised her up and put her through the school. And I'm so proud that, she is about to finish her doctorate in sociology. and she wrote a book that is going to be taught in the university as a
That's
textbook,
amazing.
as a reference book. And so that's a fulfilling thing that at least I did something which
No, you should have plenty of so proud of yourself for being able to do that. I mean, that's adversity, and to be able to go through your father's death and help your mom and take over just where he left off.
Yeah, the thing is, I always, when I was here, so my daddy was very fond of hunting. So I'll be here looking at the guns and all those gears, and I was, imagining that my dad, he's going to be here. He'll be on that jeep. He will go here for hunting. And he was
Imagine, it would have been beautiful to have him here with you as well.
Oh, you would have loved him. Rather, he would have stolen the show then.
That was sweet.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
Yeah, so daddy. So the dad, when I was growing up, so my dad, since he was, as I mentioned, that he was in the Air Force, so that he had he will go for hunting, he will bring the deers and all that, and then the whole town, they will just gather at my home, and they will have the campfire, and they are going to be, singing, and it was festivity. I had a beautiful childhood.
That's awesome.
I had, I don't regret anything. I enjoyed everything. I was blessed with everything, and I'm so grateful to my parents that they gave me everything.
We don't hear enough stories like that about Pakistan and other countries here in the United States. It seems like you would never think that it'd be that beautiful over there, and it's good to have people like you explain to us, and in reality, you've been there, I mean, the story you just said, you made my wife cry, Doc. She was crying over there.
I was.
And I was a little, my throat was like this because, I could just imagine, your father and not having him there and still moving forward and just taking the responsibility by the reins, and bringing your mom and your sister and making sure she's educated and making sure that she did what your dad wanted her to do. That takes some discipline, bro, big time.
I think that this is a culture which is I share here in the valley. It's like the family unit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we believe in back home also.
Yeah.
And that's what I see here in the valley also. I see my wife, that how they're connected, how they are together. And so this is a culture which gives you not only the love, but the strength, that you can do anything. And so these are the things. The Pakistan, unfortunately, what has happened in the past, all the regional turmoil, the Afghan war, Russian war, and all those things. So that was a little bit of a difficult for the people to understand that what kind of people they live there. And so
you hear about tribal warfare and all kinds of stuff as well. I don't know how. The news is, we watch the news and it's like, well, what is right and what is true and what isn't, and you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy.
So it's not, the tribal warfare is not in Pakistan, it's in Afghanistan. So I was just talking to somebody that, that if your backyard is not clean, all the dirt is going to fly into your home. So unfortunately, our backyards had little problems all around. So that was the reason. But Pakistan, if you ever get a chance to go there, is blessed with everything you can imagine. North is beautiful, so beautiful, just like Colorado.
Yeah.
You have the mountains. You have, you have the peaks there. The K2. The second highest peak in the world.
Yeah.
And, I went from here and the whole that mountainous range, the K2, Mount Everest and all those in the north. Then you come down, you will see the beautiful streams, the jungles and it's so beautiful. And then all the way you come down to the south where I'm from, the Karachi. The Karachi is just like the Rio Grande Valley. It's close to the ocean. The weather is just like the way we have here in the valley. So on the top of everything that we have a very hard-working population. the people are very committed to what they want to do. But unfortunately, it's like in any third world country, the leaders, they really didn't take care of the people,
Yeah.
and they have a lot of good things among them, within them, that they can do anything. But again, it's all what a government, what a city that gives to their people, and that's what the responsibility the leaders should take. And that's the reason that I am running into this mural race. And the valley is a beautiful place. It has every ingredient to be one of the mega cities in the nation. It has its location is close to Mexico. It is being the hub of the MSA. We call the Metropolitan Statistical Area. We have Edinburgh, Mission, we have Brownsville, and all those. And so not only this thing that you have a young population. We are blessed with the young population. That is a human capital. A lot of people in a lot of countries, the other areas, they want the young people to come and be the power engine of the workforce. And so we are blessed with that. Not only this thing, that we have the financial capital also, because we have that ability to have a business of like billions of dollars. And all these things, if we put them in the right place, nothing can beat us. Nothing can beat us. And it's unfortunately that Valley has the highest rate of unemployment. It's the twice than the national average. Poverty, twice than the national average. We have a brain drain because the youth does not have the future to realize, because we don't have any opportunity to offer them, because our main revenue is retail trade. We are a consumer city. And we do not have the technological. We have the industry which is like 5%. And all these things, what it does is that it makes the wealth to go out of your area. Because when you buy a product, basically the manufacturer, he makes the money. And the youth goes that way too. So we have a brain drain and we have a wealth drain. So when you have the poverty, what it does, basically it breeds the diseases. Obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, strokes, cancers. These are all the direct result of the poverty. In order for us to make the society grow, to achieve what they want to achieve, then we need to attack the poverty and the unemployment first, so that the people, they don't have to worry about from living from one day to the other. I was telling that somebody was asking that you're a doctor, and I mean, what are you going into? I said, the thing is that being a physician, I'm here in the Valley for almost like 23 years, and I've been treating patients every day. And I am that person who is blessed to come across the people every day, almost like 80 to 100. And I'm the one who is directly connected with the people, irrespective of their financial status, irrespective of who they are, where they are from, what is their legal status is. I come across every individual.
All walks of life.
All walks of life. And I know their problems because they share with me, they trust me, and they trust me with their health and their life. And that's the biggest gift I have that the God has given me, that He has made me a source to help and treat my fellow beings. And this is the other significant part of my training, that I was trained as a public health expert. It's a community medicine, that you treat an individual, but you need to treat the factors which can keep them healthy. And that's the reason that I am getting into that arena to help the people, because it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not been happening for the years. To have an unemployment.
What do you think it needs to be done? Like,
Very, very simple. It is that first and foremost is that we need to do the intervention into that how we could be able to create the employment, new jobs. That we have to diversify our economic profile. Means that we have a consumer-based economy. We need to transition it to a manufacturing economy. Means that we need to have the industry that could produce. It should be technological, manufacturing, or medical industry. So when you transition into that, so what is going to happen? A lot of people, they talk about that we are going to bring the jobs here, we are going to bring the companies from the elsewhere, from the rest of the country, and we are going to attract them, we'll attract the businesses here. No, we don't have to attract anyone. We need to create the industry here so that you could be a manufacturer. So you could be able to retain that 70 to 80% of the wealth that leaves the valley. And I always say that we need to keep our wealth and keep our youth right here in the valley. And that's the only way you can do that. So manufacturing jobs, the manufacturing, medical industry, technological industry is going to basically change our economic profile. That is going to create the jobs, and that is going to have our youth stay here. So this is our first and the foremost intervention.
You know, I've always freaked out because McAllen is like in between FAR, Mission, Hidalgo, Edinburgh, and I always thought, where does McAllen grow? Where can they grow? Right now, it's growing north. Right, you go up North 10th, and you're starting to see, construction, building. It's probably going to hit 107. So I think McAllen ends on 107, right? And then I guess Edinburgh. And I think we have something through Ware Road up there that way, where you can produce. And then there's like an A&M thing that happened over there by Ware Road. So there's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of area over there, I guess, to grow, right?
It is not the growing the area. It is growing our economy. It is growing our the attributes what we have. The land does not matter. Just look at Japan. Japan is such a small country, and you see that it's taken over the world.
Yeah.
So here is not the land. It is the people, and our vision, and what we can do. That's what it matters. And if we put all those things together, the valley could be another Silicon Valley.
I would imagine so. I mean, you've got that guy from Tesla, right?
Yep.
What's his name?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. That he's investing all kinds of money in Cameron County and over there in Boca Chica Beach, and putting that SpaceX and now I think he donated like how many millions?
30 million.
30 million.
Yeah.
He donated to the schools in Cameron County. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, there's a lot of people from the California area that are moving to Texas.
To be very honest, that we don't have to wait for the people to move from some other place to the valley. We have the people right here. We have the people who has the wealth to invest. We need to approach them. We need to talk to them, and we need to give them the opportunities to invest right here in the valley. And just recently, what has happened? You saw the power breakdown.
The what?
The power.
Oh yeah,
the freeze.
The blackouts and all that.
The thing is that it should have never happened if we have thought about that ahead of time. We should have had. It's very easy to have your own power grid. These are the things that we need to talk about. This is what we have to think, that how we are going to sustain. If a pandemic hits, what are we going to do? So we have to have a plan in place. The nations which has the proactive approach, they are the one that survive. the reactive approach is going to always cause more damage, more devastation, and they will never be able to, sometimes they even won't be able to survive. So these are the things that we have to really focus on, that if in case another, God forbid, any what you call the natural disaster happens, man-made disaster happens, or humanitarian crisis happens, are we ready for that?
Yeah, we had that hurricane a while back last year, and we had a couple of days with no light and stuff like that. But it didn't really sustain. The valley didn't really sustain too much damage. God, thanks to God, but we still got it.
But the thing is that we are not talking about the hurricane. It's a simple rain, floods, McAllen.
Yeah. Yep.
Simple rains.
I noticed they were putting some worms on the drains on Nolana, and I was wondering, and sandbags covering the drain holes. I was I was wondering what that was all about. During the freeze, I saw it, and there's still some of them that are covered up.
Yes.
The thing is that as I said, that this flooding didn't happen just now. It's been happening. We've been having these crises all the time. Why we didn't have the preparation for that? You just imagine that the freeze happened and how many people they died. Yeah. In the pandemic, how did we handle this pandemic? Just look at that. How many people we lost? Why? Why we were not prepared for that? I attended Johns Hopkins University, and I did my the studies in the public health.
Where is that school anyway, Doc?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland. There we go.
So there was another doctor. His name was Dr. Chen. He was from Taiwan, and he's the vice president of Taiwan. He was trained at the same school where I was trained. I'm just giving you an example that how the nations they take care of the things and how they prepare themselves. The guy who was trained here right in the United States with all the knowledge and everything, he went back to Taiwan. And do you know this in pandemic, how many people died in Taiwan?
No, I don't.
Guess?
10,000?
Only 8 people died.
Wow.
And
why do you think that was why did
exactly
only 8? Why is that? What do you think?
Because the guy, Dr. Chen, they asked him, "Hey man, how you only had 8 people?" He said that we have been preparing for this thing for the last 13 years. It was back in 2003 when they were hit with SARS, and they lost a lot of lives. And they said that that they were prepared. They were preparing since then, and they were doing the drills every day to make sure that. I'm just facing you.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, no,
it's okay.
fine.
It's fine.
All right.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're
All right.
fine.
Now you can hear me well.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me turn this mic this way.
Yes. It's fine.
Okay. Everything is okay.
Yes,
Good.
everything's
Yeah, there we go. All right.
It's just really interesting. I'm so focused on what you're saying. It's been really great.
I was just looking at him. I said, "Let me look around also."
I've seen enough of ugly rock. Let me look over there. Look at that beautiful woman over there.
Okay, so let me tell you that. So what happened that he said that they've been preparing for the last 13 years for this kind of a situation, and so they applied every knowledge and every expertise they learned here, and they were able to survive.
And what did they do the same? What was the mitigation that they did over there? Was it the same face mask?
Very simple. Exactly.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Yeah.
And the thing is that
it's about having control over the population as well, Doc. I mean, around here we live in a free society, and I mean, and like everybody's like they don't do what they want to do, and it's going to be hard to put people that under masks that don't want to be under masks and all that stuff. It's kind of crazy, but
no, it is. See, the thing is that the people, what we tell them, how we approach them, that's how it works. The thing is that we have to do a proper reaching out to the people. When I talk about that, I have in my platform, I say that we are going to establish a COVID task force. what it means. It is nothing. It's not a fancy thing. It's a simple approach to a problem that you need to involve all the stakeholders in any problem if some problem happens. So you need to get them involved and bring them all on the same platform, and then have an approach which is unified, and then take it to the people, and they will take it. They will accept it. And that's what we as the doctors, we do. What we do then.
Well, how many, but Rasa's real hard-headed, Doc. I mean, you know what I mean? They don't, I mean, you tell them, if you keep drinking, you're going to die, right? And they'll keep drinking. They don't care. I mean, it's just like, it's hard to make people do, it's like really tough. When I saw this, about all this medication and everybody following the steps and all that, I mean, and then you got these youth that feel like they're invincible, and they'll go to the beach and they won't have any type of, mitigation practices, and then you get more cases, and then more deaths, and the deaths are the older people, and it's like, it was crazy, man.
Let me tell you something. Right now, the pandemic, since that has started, right? The country where that has started from, they're already in control, and they're already, enjoying their life. Their pandemic is over. But we are still in the pandemic. The reason is that you need, if you have like few weeks or few months of a strict control, you'll be able to you could save this agony we are going through. It's just a matter of reaching out to the people and telling them the message, The disease is a disease. It does not care that what your color is, what your language is, where you're from. It's a virus.
Mm-hmm.
It's a COVID.
It's equal opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to get you no matter what happens. Yes, the thing is that it's a hard fact that we lost over 500,000 people. And those are 500,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
And how that has affected not only our psychosocial well-being. On the top of that is the economic burden. Have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, there were just essential workers during that shutdown where everybody had shelter in place. So we lost a lot of employees, and it was just sad to see them go. But that COVID, I mean, it put a lot of people in unemployment. Man, it's kind of tough.
And it was very unfortunate that happened in the valley, especially the valley being, already economically stressed during this pandemic. The unemployment rose to like 14%, rather 18%. That is a very significant number. And not only this thing that we had to readjust our budget, $3.3 million for McAllen. And right now, we lost about like $10 or $14 million because of the pandemic. So this is a real thing. And there are a bunch of folks that say, oh, no, we did well during the pandemic. We didn't do well. We were given the stimulus money to survive. And, if we didn't have that money, what we could have done.
Yeah.
So all these things are the factual things to make the lives of each one of us, our fellow beings, our citizens, to make it better. And that's the thing which we need to think about. It is not that because there are a lot of good things we can do. We can make, because the people of the city, they deserve a better life, better living conditions, better roads, better lights, better education, better health, jobs. Why shouldn't they? They pay taxes.
Yeah.
They pay taxes. And I've been going everywhere, and they were talking about that, you're not going to raise taxes. No, we are not going to raise taxes. We want to make sure the taxes you pay, they are properly utilized. People talk about that because it's unfortunate that, I'm the only one who is an outsider because I'm not in the government. All the other the candidates, they are the part of the government. The thing is that in the
local government here in McAllen,
the city government, so
So you are the outsider. You've never served in an office or anything like that.
No, I didn't serve in the public office at all.
Yeah.
So the thing is that some of them are like 20 years, someone's 18 years, so all of them are there for quite some time. So I said that, you have been in this, and they said, we are the most experienced. I said, yes, you're most experienced. But the thing is that it didn't make any difference. Things didn't change. People died. People are unemployed. Poverty. Do you know that the 52% of our populations are women? 52%.
52?
52%.
Oh, wow.
And out of those 52%, 1/4 live below the poverty line. It's so sad. And and out of that, those that 26% are the single working mothers. They were so badly affected by this pandemic that they couldn't work anything. They have to take care of the kids. All these things, this socioeconomic stress, what we are facing, it could be avoided with the better planning, commitment, vision, and the leadership. And I said that, the 20 years you have been in this position, nothing happened. So it's okay. That's fine. It's time for change. It's time for a new leadership with a fresh vision. You don't do the things over and over again which doesn't produce the result. You need to do some intervention. And I am that intervention.
All right.
Yeah. Because I have that education. And because being a physician, that we have been taught that whenever you treat a patient, you take the history, you examine the patient, you look at the data, and then you make a treatment plan. And if you need, you consult some other doctors, other specialists, and then you treat the patient. That's I do every day. And that's what exactly we have to do for the city. We know the history. We know the numbers. We have the data. Unemployment, poverty, brain drain, wealth drain. It's the time that we need to have a plan. The data is right in front of us. So it's time that I have made that platform, which is the plan, then how we are going to treat. And then we are going to execute the plan. And obviously, that we cannot sit down there for 20 years or 15 years, the things to happen on its own. No, we have to do it. We have to involve the people. We have to make their lives better. Why not? Why not? And the thing is that I always say that, it is my ethical, moral, and professional responsibility when I see somebody is suffering and I don't do anything. And when I can do it, that's immoral. And that's the reason that I'm sitting in this chair and talking to you about this thing, that it's the time that we need to work together to make their lives better.
Right. Well, early voting is April 17th, right? 19th? What is it?
The 19th.
The 19th, April 19th is
Yep.
early voting.
Yeah.
So that's on a Monday. Yeah, April 19th, because the 17th is on a Saturday, and then Sunday it's the 18th. So the 19th is early voting, and that goes through what day?
The 27th.
The 27th.
Yeah.
And then election day is
the May 1st.
May 1st.
Yep.
So that's when you can start voting, folks, here in McAllen. And I never even got to ask you how you met your wife. How did you both meet? I mean, that's okay.
All right, let's come to a little bit.
She was dealing with pain one day.
All right, let's talk about her.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So
yeah, because I mean, like you hold on. You came to the United States.
I came to the valley.
You came to the valley. That's what it was. And your wife was going like this.
Yeah.
Like this. Véngase, véngase.
All right.
So Doc's got to get a drink of water for this one, man. Watch out. But Doc, yeah, man. I mean,
let me put all my energy together.
How many days you got, Rock? We're gonna need a part 2, 3, and 4, and 5.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Okay?
Yeah, I was wondering because, you moved down from Pakistan to the United States of America. You were in Baltimore. And you finally ended up here in the Rio Grande Valley. And I don't know if it was the magnet that you call your wife or if it was something else, you know.
So I came from Pakistan. I went to Johns Hopkins University. Then I went to the University of Texas Medical School in Houston. And then I elected to come to Valley to serve in the medically underserved areas of McAllen. And that's how I ended up here.
And pain management. Why pain management? Was that something that you really wanted to work on or help people with pain and stuff like that? Because that's the profession that you have, right?
That's my profession. So my specialty is the anesthesiology.
Okay.
And the specialty is the pain management. So I practice pain management. So basically, I treat every kind of pain. Every kind of pain.
Yeah. I was just thinking some woman might go, Doc, can you get rid of my pain? What's her pain? My husband.
He's like, wait a minute.
and nobody can treat my pain.
Oh my goodness.
The doc put some anesthesia on himself, man. Vieja, tráeme la anestesia ahorita, por favor. Tráeme la anestesia para acá.
So then what happened that, so I was doing the pain management, so I came here and started my practice here. And
in McAllen, was it your practice?
McAllen.
Yeah,
yes,
that's where you've had your practice ever since you got here. Then.
Yes, I came here like 23 years ago, and then I met a very beautiful girl.
I can see those eyes.
Yes. And
those eyes knocked you out, Doc. That's what happened, right?
So I met her, and we fell in love and got married.
But how did you meet? Did she go by your office, or did you meet her at a club or at a bar?
No.
Having dinner at church or something? I mean, where was this going on? Or
no,
what was
we just crossed. I don't know where it was. It was one of the restaurants.
Okay.
So
you don't remember the restaurant, Doc?
Elena, what was the restaurant?
It's not the
Santa Fe.
Yeah, that's where they're gonna move you to, Doc. Now, Santa Fe, New Mexico, bro.
Because listen. Sometimes you want to forget few things.
The steak was terrible. No, they got good stuff there. It's a delicious place.
So we went in Santa Fe.
And was there music like this, Doc? So I walked into Santa Fe
and
I ordered a juicy steak. And she looked at me.
Yeah.
All right. So she was. You went to Santa Fe Steakhouse.
Yes.
And you sat down. You're gonna have dinner.
Sat down. Yes. And I saw this beautiful girl.
Was she sitting at another table?
Across the table, not another table. Across the table.
So you were sharing the table?
No, not the sharing. Just across on the other table.
Okay, so you were here sitting at a table, and she was at the table right over there. And she was by herself.
No, she was with her friends.
Oh, so she was in a group of girls.
Yes.
But you all made that eye contact.
All right. Yeah. But anyhow, so what happened?
So did you approach her, or did she approach you?
I approached her, man.
And how in the world
has to approach the girl?
Yeah, there you
go.
Did you say? There you go. That's Pakistan Air Force generalism right there. Yeah.
So no, I just gave her my phone number. I said that at your convenience.
At your convenience.
At your convenience, you can just call me.
Okay. Yeah. Even my dog over there, he's having a good time with this story. Yeah.
So, but anyhow, so she called me. Then we had what you call a date.
How long did she take to call you, Doc? I mean,
the very next day.
There was no waiting.
You don't have to wait.
And what did
and it was mutual.
it was mutual.
I was waiting,
Uh-huh.
and she didn't wait, and that happened.
When you saw it was her calling, did you answer the first call or did you
oh
say?
yes, man,
You did?
Right away.
right away.
Yeah.
So then after that, we met and we talked to each other, and I realized that I am talking to a very intelligent girl.
Yeah. You can carry a conversation with her. That's awesome. That's the beauty of it.
It's the beauty that we were on the same wavelength, and I was able to communicate. So it was very easy to communicate. And then the thing about her is that she's a very culturally, very.
She's Rasa, Dad. She's
she
Valley.
She loves the culture.
Yeah.
It's in her.
When I went to your office and I sat down with y'all, I kicked it off with her right away, man. I mean, it was like, told my wife, you're going to love his wife. I mean, she's like.
And the thing is that she was into all that Spanish music, and art, you just name it.
You got a crash course in Valley culture, Doc, right there and then.
Oh, yes.
That was one hot enchilada.
Oh my.
And can you hear me well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but anyhow, so we met, and after that, I just told her that I want to start my practice, and she said, okay. And I said that, but I'm a little nervous,
And this is after you're married, or
No.
when you were just
it's
dating.
all before marriage.
Yeah. Right there, you tossed at her like, hey, you're gonna be part of something big here, babe.
And to be very honest, she said that, don't worry.
Yeah.
I said, really? She said, yes. And to be very honest, I didn't have to worry.
That's awesome.
It happened.
Yeah.
It happened that within 3 years, we have centers all across the valley.
Yeah.
And we got married.
She's got your back, Doc.
Yes.
Oh, man. She's, to be very honest, she is a blessing. I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I'm blessed that I have my mom with me.
Yeah.
I am blessed that my beautiful wife, she has given beautiful kids. And you can see that. She's a beautiful girl.
Yeah, she is. And her personality is like, that's
amazing.
Yeah, when I sat down with y'all there, and I was like, I could hang out with this girl all day long.
But the thing is that if both of us, we make a plan, we decide on something, so we are together in it.
Yeah.
And she has imagination. She has beautiful imaginations. And she asked me that, really want you to jump in? I said, yes, I want to jump in. And that's what happened. To be very honest. Everything in my life. You just name it. And she said, that's fine. Go ahead and let's do it. And so we are blessed that we have a very successful practice all across the valley.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have Brownsville, Harlingen.
It's the discipline. It's the hard work. It's the work ethic. It's the how you were raised. From hearing the story of your dad. And your siblings being so successful all together, and it's just, and like you said, your mom being with you. It's just it's blessings, man, big time, bro.
The Rock, this is what it's called, family. This is what it's called. That's what the family is for. That when it is nothing but that loving, sharing, caring. That's what it is. All the other material things are just they don't matter, not at all. The only thing that matters is that how much you care for each other when it's tough, when it's it's not tough, when you're enjoying everything. So all these things come together. So when you're together as a team, you love it. And I, somebody was asking me. I said, I'm blessed that I've been raised by good parents. I have great siblings. I have a beautiful wife, my children. I have beautiful children. Oh, you need to get in.
What are your names?
You need to see my kids.
I gotta meet. What are their names? Let's send them a shout out, so they can hear you.
My two eldest one is Suleiman, Muhammad Suleiman Rashid, then his Sana Rashid, then Noor Rashid, then Iman Rashid, then Muhammad Ismail Rashid, then Rania Rashid.
Wow, that's
Rania Rashid is my best friend forever. We are BFF.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she's a little one, huh?
Oh, that she's the 6 years old.
she's
And
the one
she's my BFF.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Every night I had to tell her the story how I was lost in the jungle. I have to tell her the story.
You got lost in the
Once
jungle?
upon a time, I was lost in the jungle.
Okay.
And I have to tell her the story. And every day I tell her that how I used to swing on the vines and how I used to slide on the elephant trunk and all those kind of things. Every day.
It's her favorite story.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And so the daddy tell me then what happened, And that, while that's my sleeping pill. When I'm telling the story, I go to sleep.
He goes off. Man, that is awesome, man.
And you need to meet
beautiful.
her.
Yeah. I bet she's got a personality and a half, man.
Oh, she is beautiful. All of them are very beautiful. You need to see them.
Yeah.
You need to see them.
All right. Hey, by the way, Dr. Rashid has a Wafango video.
Wow.
And we're gonna be playing it in just a bit. And
But just wanted to add something. Who thought about it? Who was behind it? Who has done the imagination?
okay.
And there's only one person. And that's what you have to guess.
It's a toss between you and your wife, right?
There's only one person.
You?
There's only one person.
Dr. Rashid.
Mrs. Rashid.
Mrs. Rashid.
Elena Rashid.
Elena
Yes.
Rashid, there we go.
Yes.
That's why I
I
said.
knew it.
But she was
that's
pointing
not
at him,
Rashid.
so she made me get it wrong.
No, that was all her imagination.
Yeah.
She said that I'm going to create this thing.
She did.
I said, okay.
I saw it. And before we go into the video, if you have any questions for Dr. Rashid, just go ahead and say it on the chat zone. Do we have any questions, Fish?
We did have a question, but it was mostly just what your plans were for the city. But I think you answered that in most of the interview. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, check this video out. It was recorded here in the Rio Grande Valley, right? And McAllen. And there's this park called Archer Park, and they have a nice little gazebo. And there's some dancers from the iconic dance team, which, by the way, my nephew is part of as well, Carlos.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a dancer.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah.
They are amazing.
Yeah, the iconic dance team. And the guy that owns that company used to dance with Control, Ivan. I've known him for a long, long time. And he put this, and we went over there to the downtown offices where their studios to go give something to our nephew. And it's really awesome how they have that little dance studio, and the kids are there, and they're all dancing, and it's really awesome what they're doing, and they're going all across Texas. They went and performed in Houston
And Dallas.
and they went to Dallas.
Yeah.
So this is becoming something amazing, and you got them on your video, man. That's pretty cool.
And my wife, she only wanted them. And she said that and what has happened, should I give you a little bit of the story, the background?
Yeah, go ahead. That's what we're here for,
Yes,
Doc.
of
Hell yeah.
course.
No, because you need to hear that.
Yes.
He's got to ask her first, baby.
Of course.
He's got,
Of course.
if not, he gets that death stare.
Yes. He turned around and looked at her like, is it
Rock.
okay? Is it okay?
Rule number one. Rule number one.
But Rock, remember that I'm going to be here for 1 hour. And then all right.
my
So let me tell you the story
Yeah,
about
tell us
this
the
thing.
story.
The story about this thing is that my wife, she wanted to plan this video. So she said that, I see you the way you are and everything, but I don't know how I can put it together. So she came up with this plan that she wanted to have that video, and she wanted specifically that group. And she's been showing me Shahid, look at this. It's so nice. Because as I stated, my wife is too much into the culture, especially the Hispanic culture.
You knew she wasn't going to do anything that would, she was going to do something that was going to be great for you.
Do you know what happened? Whenever she asks me something, so first I think about it, and then, because obviously I have to check my pocket, man. Check my wallet.
Yeah.
Wallet.
Honey, have you seen my wallet?
Absolutely not.
The credit cards are missing.
So she asked me. So I said, my love, excuse me, that how much do they charge? She just gave me the number, and I said, oh my God. I said, do you really need this? She said, no, I need it. And she turned her back. And she was just pretending that she fell asleep.
Okay, that's what that means.
So it means
you know what that means.
It means that she really wants that video.
No,
or that bag,
that
or that car.
That means she's going to get it. She's going to get what she wants.
Yes.
So then I said, okay, so we called that place, and they said that, sorry, we can't do it because we don't have time. We are all, we have too many commitments because the pandemic and all this. Oh,
man, they were tight.
They were very tight.
Yeah.
So she was with me driving, and she was quiet, and I said, baby, what's wrong? She said, I really wanted that, but they can't do it. I said, okay, why don't you give me their phone number? She said, no, they can't do it. They don't have a spot. They can't. I said, just go ahead, give me the phone number. She said, what are you going to do? I said, just give me the phone number. So she just gave me the phone number, and I called, and the lady told me, sorry, we can't do it. We told your wife. I said, okay, all right, okay. I said that, who's the boss? She said that,
Ivan.
Uh-huh. I said, give me his phone number. So I called Ivan, and I told Ivan, hey, listen, man, this is my wife, man. Hey, you understand?
It's a matter of life and death.
I said that.
It's a matter of life and death.
I said that. Do you understand? It's my wife.
Yeah.
and I have to go home.
Yeah.
To go home to that.
Yeah. And please, you understand. I said that, I can treat any patient. But you need to understand that I need to be, so you need to just please help.
I don't have that kind of pain management, yes. Ivan.
So then, Ivan, he asked me, hey, Doc, what do you want to do? I mean, he said that, you're running for the mayor. So I said, yeah. So he said, tell me that, I said that, this is what we want to do for the city and all those things we talked about, creation of the jobs, the health, the education, doing the internships and the training for the skilled workforce, diversification of, the economy and building the roads, making their lives better and all those kind of things. I talked to him. Mm-hmm. He listened to me for like 10 minutes or so. He said, hey, Doc, listen, I want to be the part of this. I'll do it for you.
Ooh,
I said, are
awesome.
you really? He said, yeah. I said, okay. He said that I am going to do it. Just give me till morning, and I'll let you know the plan. So then I came home, and I saw my sad wife sitting in the corner and just turning
lifeless.
So I said, hey, listen, that I have some news for you. She said, I'm busy. I said, no, listen. Then I told her. She said that it's impossible. He said, no. And now you're telling me. I said, baby, when you say that, it happens.
And then what you got to say after you... Okay, go ahead.
Then, I told her everything. And she said, now I'm going to do everything. Now you get out.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, you should have said, Doc. This is what you. Every time you make an accomplishment like that for your wife, okay? What you gotta say, the top, it's the cherry on top.
Teach me, Rock.
Yeah.
Teach me.
All you gotta say is pa que sepas. Pa que sepas. That's what you say, Doc. After you said that, they're gonna dance. They said they weren't gonna dance.
Oh.
They're gonna dance. You're gonna make them dance. They're gonna dance. Pa que sepas. Okay? That's how you end it, Doc. So that way, it's a stamp right there.
We did it.
Yeah.
What Mama wants, Mama gets.
Yeah. That word. Yeah.
Mama gets.
Yeah. That's another rule.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's check out this video, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll go to some questions if you have any questions on the chat zone. But Dr. Shahid Rashid is here with us, and he's running for mayor of McAllen. You can go to his website, and if you want to find out anything about Dr. Rashid, physician, businessman, family man, April 19th is when the early voting begins. And then on May 1st is election day here in McAllen. There's quite a few candidates on the ballot for mayor, but I think Dr. Shahid, he kind of like stands out because he's the only doctor on there. So, but let's check out the video. Before we go to the video, it's been a tradition that here in the Rio Grande Valley, Raza, they make corridos. Okay, corridos for politicians, corridos, and so they wanted to do a corrido for Dr. Rashid, right? But his wife said, no, it's going to be a Wafango. Yeah, it's a Wafango.
Wafango.
And when she said that, I said, well, my wife isn't going to have any problem dancing to that one right there. We used to wapanguear all night long, baby, remember?
Yep.
Rock.
Yeah.
The thing what they did, they took my dance out.
Really? When you were dancing?
Oh, man.
They cut out, they edited out the part when you're dancing?
It's after the party, man.
Oh, man. Well, and by the way, next time you have any problems booking dancers because, they're booked or whatever, shoot, I'll do it for $10, man. All right? No problem. I'll dance a little bit for 10,
all right.
almost $15, $20,
A water burger.
Water burger. Let's check out the Wafango.
Right.
Check it out right here. Exclusively.
En McAllen sufrimos tanto por este virus que hizo mal. El doctor tiene la receta y esta pandemia hay que parar. Con un corazón hispano hay alguien que da la mano y es el doctor Rashid, es un buen samaritano. El doctor está presente para la ciudad de McAllen, para ayudar a su gente. Si tú lo escoges de alcalde, vota por doctor Rashid, que pronto será tu alcalde. Vota por doctor Rashid, para que este virus se acabe. Doctor de la comunidad, de prestigio y de confianza, por él debes de votar, él no se pasa de lanza. El doctor está presente para la ciudad de McAllen, para ayudar a su gente. Si tú lo escoges de alcalde, vota por doctor Rashid, que pronto será tu alcalde. Vota por doctor Rashid, para que este virus se acabe. Vota por doctor Rashid, que pronto será tu alcalde. Vota por doctor Rashid, para que este virus se acabe. Anuncio político pagado por la campaña del doctor Rashid, McAllen, Texas.
no más.
I love
That was
it.
so cool.
El cowboy hat, Doc. Got the cowboy hat there.
Oh,
You can come over
closer
to
to the mic.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
it's at what we're watching on the screen is a little delayed.
All
It's
right.
delayed, so the video's already done. We're live now. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, because the monitors, we have a monitor, folks, here,
Uh-huh.
and it's showing the YouTube feed to us, so we can see the chat zone and we can see what people are saying, if there's any questions or what have you. And so it's got a delay on there. That's why sometimes we get phone calls,
Uh-huh.
and I have to tell the guy calling, "Hey, lower your YouTube because he's like off."
Yeah.
Because it's a delay, But man, that was awesome, bro.
I love it.
Rick Diaz is the guy that wrote it, composed it, and produced the song. So he did a pretty good job for you there, Doc.
No, he's amazing. Just look at that. The music, the composition, the lyrics.
Yeah.
And everything really is set in place. Perfect.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming by, Doc, and joining us here on #PVT. And we wish you the best of luck, man. We have a video of him, like he's been going, like he's doing blocking, and it's like you go down the block, you knock on doors, you meet people. There's people out there walking or whatever. You go up to them, you talk to them in person, and you actually, you form a bond and a connection during the campaign when candidates do that. And you've met quite a few people on the streets there.
Oh, I have almost covered the whole McAllen, and there are a few neighborhoods are left, so I'm just covering during the next week.
Yeah.
And that's a very fulfilling experience. Seeing the people, meeting them, it's just like when because when you're connected with the people, when the people they share their problems with you, so you are that gifted one that who could be able to make a difference in their life.
Yeah.
And that's the gift of God, that He has chosen you to be His instrument to be able to help them.
That's right.
And that's what I believe, that's the satisfaction I have, that I am blessed with all these gifts to take care of that.
Yeah. And also what's been interesting is that we started seeing your billboards popping up, all your campaign boards popping up all over. And we were like, who's that doctor walking down the sidewalk, or who's that businessman with the suit? You really hit that part of the campaign really hard, because it's like everywhere you turn, there's a Dr. Rashid for mayor poster, or
I'll give the credit to my campaign manager, the campaign consultant, rather, I would call, Mr. Rod Lewis. He's the one who came with the idea, and the way, I am just telling you how my wife, she, had the idea about this video, and he's the one who came with all these ideas, and that really worked. And as a matter of fact, I didn't know that what he was just trying to do, but that really made a huge difference, because I walk down those streets, alleys, and the people, they recognize me right away.
Yeah,
right away. They say,
Yeah.
"Hey, Doc."
It's all about branding, and I mean, everywhere you turn,
But the
you
thing
see
is
your
that
posters and your billboards.
somehow my message has been communicated to my fellow citizens, that why am I running? And it's that I'm not a politician. I don't have any financial or political stakes in this thing. But it's just a part of my duty, responsibility, taking care of them. And I'm happy that people, my message is resonating with them. My candidacy made a difference. Before, all the other candidates, they were not realizing those things, what I've been talking about. They were saying everything is good. Now everything is acknowledging it's not good. And the platform which I proposed, now everyone is just resonating. It is resonating with them, and they're all trying to say they will do all these things. And I think that this is a big achievement that I brought that awareness. So I love all of them because it is not that somebody makes a bad decision. No decision is a bad decision. It is just, this is a feedback. When you do something, it doesn't go that way. It means that gives you an opportunity to think about that how you could be able to take another approach to that problem. That creates the creativity. It is basically invites you to think that how we could be able to solve those things. So they did their job, and obviously that you need new approach, new ideas, fresh leadership with a fresh vision, innovation. All these things are all about. That's what the way we have to think about.
All right.
And it's not about me. It's not about anybody, but it's about the people who deserve a better life.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you, joining us here this evening and having faith in our program to get the word out on your campaign. And we wish you the best of luck, Doc. And, I might be seeing you for some pain management later on because, I get to that point and gee, wow, man, you want pain management. He's the one to do it as well. And if my wife calls you asking for to take care of the pain she's got, which is me, don't listen to her, Doc, okay? Don't listen to her.
Rock, I must admit one thing, that the thing that impressed me about you, that you're a family man. And I see your beautiful wife and your daughter, and you're doing this as a family.
My son is a part of the show as
Where
well.
is he?
And he's a Sunday night. He turns on his pit and all that, but he comes in on Mondays. I'm blessed.
That tells all about you. And that's what I'm saying, that you are blessed the way I'm blessed.
I guess you could say that. You could say that because, when I started my career, I never expected to have a program with everything that I've learned throughout my career in radio and broadcasting, that I would utilize all my experience to bring together my family as one and be an entertaining entity and an informative entity to many, many people throughout the United States and the world through YouTube. And I mean, if you would have told me I'd be here back in 1988, I would have never even fathomed it. But at the age that I'm at and at the point of my career that I'm at, I'm just like absolutely blessed that I have my wife, my daughter, my son, and my mother and my father and my brothers. And, we're all.
So we share the same story.
Yeah. And, I've had my bumps in life, with addiction and alcoholism and all that. But I was able to, find the strength through a higher power to be able to break down those walls from those demons and be able to change my life. And that's why I tell a lot of people, I try to share my hope, faith, and courage with a lot of people. I go talk at prisons, and I talk at juvenile halls. I talk at boys conferences, and I try to spread the message of work ethic and stay away from drugs and alcohol, man, because that pretty close came to ending my life, but luckily it was
the biggest service what you're doing is that you're going to the prisons, talking to them, you're going to all those places, and you're making a difference in their life because you are a very strong person that who were able to. And the thing is that it's not that you learned it, you experienced it, and you elected to do change your life. And enjoying your beautiful family.
Yeah, one time I did a boys conference in Alton, and after I did it, it was in the morning, and I had a gym full of kids. I gave them a work ethic comedy routine, and they learned and they cried and all, So they went through some emotions, and then they came down and they hugged me and thanked me, and they were real thankful that I did that. And I walked out of the school and I just broke down crying, and I looked up and I said, "That's why you put me through what I went through." To do that. And I said, if that's why you did it, then I accept. I'm accepting of what happened in my life. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm in Harlingen, which this boys conference was in Alton, and I was in Harlingen doing a remote at a car dealership, and a man walks in and he says, "Rock, I came to see you all the way from Alton Mission area. And I go, really? What's up? He goes, I just wanted to thank you for having that impact on my son.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, my son has been emulating ever since he saw you. And I go, where was this? It was at a boys' conference in Alton. And I was like, floored, dude. I was like, wow, now I understand when they say if you reach one child, you reach a whole other, because they go and emulate what they saw from you. And if it was positive and it had, faith and courage, they'll go in there and they'll spread it with their friends as well. So,
and the God has made you an instrument. You're the instrument to change the lives of others.
Yeah, I've came to the realization that there was a purpose for me through all my drug addiction and alcoholism, and then so everybody has some sort of story and purpose, and for you to put your life into helping people is admirable, and we thank you for that, Doc.
The Rock, I say that every human being is a universe within.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own stories. They have their own world, and that's the beautiful world of everyone.
Yeah.
The thing is that we are here to make a difference in their lives, to make this place a beautiful place for others to live and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you and me are doing.
That's right.
Changing the lives, bringing them together, and bringing that happiness.
It's awesome. It's going to be April 19th is early voting, and then on May 1st is Election Day. And it's Dr. Shahid Rashid, candidate for mayor of McAllen. Once again, thank you for being here with us, Doc, and your lovely wife. And I hope everything was fine for you here today and tonight, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Rock. I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure meeting you and your beautiful family.
Thank you.
And God bless you all. And if there's anything I can do, please don't hesitate to give me a call. And I would rather love to come back to your program.
Yeah. I knew you were going to like it, Doc.
It's not that I like it. I love it.
Yeah.
But the next time, I want to have my wife with me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We'll make room for her and we'll put it all together, and then we'll talk, man. Dr. Phil won't have anything on us, man.
and that'll be my wife will be talking.
Yeah. They'll start their own YouTube show, Doc. Are you kidding me? They'll start their own YouTube show. Forget us. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Rashid right here with us on a special Sunday night edition of #PVT. Once again, don't forget to join us on Monday night. We have Tony Guerrero from La Sombra is going to be here with us. It's going to be a very awesome and interesting interview. On Tuesday night, we have Tetera Tuesday. On Wednesday night, we have the owner of Mattress Firm. He's going to be here with us from Corpus Christi, Texas. He's got an amazing story in his life, and we want to hear about it. And plus, he's a rocker, so he'll be here with us and with Rock and Chaz. And then on Thursday, we have Javier Galvan from Grupo Fama, who has confirmed that he will be here with us on Thursday night. So that's going to be a very awesome Throwback Thursday. Fama had a lot of great hits, and we'll see what he's up to today. And next Monday, we have Tejano legend Shelly Lares from San Antonio. She's making a trip down to the Rio Grande Valley, and she's going to be right here on #PVT. We appreciate you joining us. Don't forget to exercise your right to vote. It's May 1st is Election Day, and early voting is on the 19th of April. So make sure to go out there and vote. Don't sit around. You make the difference, and make sure you do it, okay? Vote.
The last date for the mail-in ballot request is the 20th of April.
Okay. The 20th of April is the last day for mail-in ballot requests. So if you want to get a mail-in ballot because you still don't want to, go into an area where you don't feel safe or something like that, you can request a mail-in ballot, and it's up till May 19th, right? You said May 19th?
Yes,
I mean,
and they can go to
April 19th. Sorry.
April 20th.
April 20th. Okay. There we go.
And they can go to my website to download that form.
Yeah. Go to this website. And Doc, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll end off with that Wafango again, man. I want to check it out. Those dancers are amazing, man. And seeing the Doc in a cowboy hat. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a beautiful evening.
En McAllen sufrimos tanto por este virus que hizo mal. El doctor tiene la receta y esta pandemia hay que parar. Con un corazón hispano hay alguien que da la mano y es el doctor Rashid. Es un buen samaritano. El doctor está presente para la ciudad de McAllen, para ayudar a su gente. Si tú lo escoges de alcalde, vota por doctor Rashid, que pronto será tu alcalde. Vota por doctor Rashid, para que este virus se acabe. La comunidad de prestigio y de confianza, por él debes de votar, él no se pasa de lanza. El doctor está presente para la ciudad de McAllen, para ayudar a su gente. Si tú lo escoges de alcalde, vota por doctor Rashid, que pronto será tu alcalde. Vota por doctor Rashid, para que este virus se acabe. Vota por doctor Rashid, que pronto será tu alcalde. Vota por doctor Rashid, para que este virus se acabe. Anuncio político pagado por la campaña del doctor Rashid McAllen, Tetera.